So here we have a 1969 GE Porta. This set is significant because it broke the $200 price barrier. It was a color TV that you could buy for $199.95, and they sold a lot of them. And I saw quite a few of these back in the day because I was a tech for RCA, and RCA took over J.C. Penney's service in the early 80s, and J.C. Penney sold this under their name, and we saw a lot of them. So there's a lot of tips and tricks with these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but one of them is, and the Shango had one like this where it was arcing in the back. What we would do with these sometimes, and I did with this set, believe it or not, is where I'm pointing in the back, all the dirt and crap would come in from the top of the cover because this thing needed quite a bit of ventilation. And what I do with these is pull all the tubes out, take it outside, blow it off with a blowgun, and wash the chassis down with water. Yes, very carefully. Keep the water away from the high voltage cage. We don't need to go near there. Just back here where the screen controls and the horizontal output and the damper are, because that's where all your high voltage is. That's where you have boost voltage that's being fed to these controls for the screens. And the thing would just arcing and burning and everything else. So once you do that, I washed the chassis down. I dried it with a blow dryer real good. Let it sit in front of a fan for about 2 hours. Tested all the tubes, cleaned the tuner, cleaned the controls, blah, blah, blah. Put it back together, set the screen controls, got a good grayscale. Everybody that works on color sets knows that in order to have a good color picture, you need to have a good black and white. So there's a nice grayscale on this. It's got a decent, for one of these things, it definitely has a decent picture on the color bars. It's almost linear. The only reason I can't get the linearity better is because the linearity control is seized. Well, now it's not, so maybe I can get it. But other than that, GE Portacolor. The other problem that this has, it needs an on-off switch. I had to bypass it, so somehow I'm going to repair it. So there it is. For the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut, we have an authentic 1969 GE Portacolor. Stop by and see it in the flesh. Windsor, Connecticut.